Capricorn, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I have a surprise for you today. I'm here with Fiona Waddell, and she is a Reiki master, an oracle healer, and a channeler, and many things. Anyway, she has many special gifts that are quite different from mine. And so I'm doing a set of videos here now, and Fiona and I are going to do them together here. I want to make this a little bit more even there. Anyhow, so I'm going to do tarot, and Fiona is going to do oracle cards. And I'm doing Capricorn because we had a special request in the last video. I am using today the Soul Luna cards. These are very much about duality. And this is what the deck looks like. I'm also using a couple of cards from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. These are quite different and they read quite differently, and I kind of like that. Whoa, that's the duality of it all, right? Yeah. So you got a jumper. This is probably a time card. 5 days, 5 weeks, I would say. 5 months for some of you because sometimes time is fluid. We don't know exactly when this is going to happen, but it's suggesting a 5, okay? The 5 of Pentacles feels like you're doing it all on your own. You've got to do the journey and your work on your own. You may be struggling on your own with expenses and responsibilities. You almost it's a feeling of loneliness, not being included, left out. You also could be kind of hiding yourself away. It's not that other people aren't including you, you're not participating. Okay. So I'm going to tell you that the very next card after this is the 6, and the 6 is because you want equal give and take relationships. And I don't think you're getting them in your life right now. It might be because of other people. It might be because of ourselves. It might be a little bit of both. Okay. So anyway, you're in this energy right now where you're trying to figure that out. All right. So it's 5 days. I'm thinking 5 days, probably more than likely, because we're in the 10 right now. We're in October, the 10, which is endings, where we're needing to complete, finish, finalize, quit, let go, release, whatever it is of something, which is, I think this is it for you, Capricorn. Realizing that you don't have to do it alone, realizing, and what you want, and that's what you need to seek. And when you're not getting that in a relationship, you move on and look for it again. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. In the recent past, we'll look at that. Isn't it a 10? So so as well as October being a 10, November is the 1. Okay, this is the new beginning. I know November is the 11th month, but this year at this time, it's a 1. It's when you have the space because you've quit, let go, finished, completed. You have the space now for something new to come in because you're ready for a big life change. You're ready to step forward, and ones are going to come in November. In October, however, in your recent past, you have the 10 of disc, the 3 of cups. Oh, isn't that nice? I'm going to move these over a little bit so you can see them. Hello, there we are. We'll move that out of the way. Not that you can really see them. And the 2 of discs. So let's pull these over a little bit. I'm going to come over and hug you a bit there, Fiona. Okay, so the 10 of disc. The 10 of disc suggests completion. Like I just said, you could be retiring from where you're working from. You could have left a job or getting ready to leave a job because you're wanting to pursue something new, perhaps a new partnership. You could be selling your home, or moving. So this could be jobs, home, even a relationship. Sometimes This even suggests like if you were moving from your parents' home and started out on your own. This is a completion. This is an ending and a new beginning. The Ten of Pentacles suggests family, security, stability. And so this is something that's brought you a long way. You know, you're at the 10 with it, but you're ready for something different now. You want something new. You want to begin this whole new cycle again. You might be bored or stagnant at this time, but you've given it all you can give it. All right. This could be something to celebrate. You also could have come into some money too, like sold your house, come into an inheritance, retired, could be getting a pension, you know, could have come into some money in some way, doesn't have to be, but it's a reason to celebrate. You're very happy about this ending and new beginning, okay? So you might be celebrating your retirement, your divorce, your inheritance. I don't know what it is, but you're happy is a pig and bananas about it. Okay. If you watch the Sagittarius video, you'll know what I mean about bananas. So, who do we have with us?
Nikki or Nick?
Oh, is that Nikki?
Yeah,
oh, hi.
From the previous one. So
hi, how you doing? Good. And the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Discs. So there, you may go through or have gone through a period where you'll have to juggle your money. You have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul, but this is only for a time. Okay, this is for a very limited time. This also suggests a business meeting or partnership, okay, involving, you know, where you're going to get the money, how you're going to balance your money, how you're going to do this. Usually, we have to do this while we're waiting for our ships to come in, while we're waiting for something to progress, that job to start, that apartment to move to that place. It sometimes feels like a transition time, because the thing is, you're not upset, scared, or worried. You're happy because there's something about what you were doing that, you know, also it could have been a very lonely job. You could have been very, very lonely in this work and felt very alone, isolated, perhaps. Might be one of the reasons why you're leaving it, you know, why it's not for you anymore. You know, there could be a ton of different reasons. Who knows? But that could be one of the reasons you're moving on, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, after what we've gone through in the world in these last 2-3 years, we realize that companionship is very important. It's very important to have friends and a partner and people in our lives. And it's hard to go through things alone. Very difficult. So we've really come to realize how much we need each other. You know, you're needed as well, Capricorn. You're needed. So I like that we kind of gone in order by accident. I didn't even realize we're doing Capricorn next right after Sag. So Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. Yep. I kind of did it by accident. But the funny thing is, I think we're going to do Aquarius next too. So anyway, in your present condition, I mean situation
or condition,
you have the Knight of Discs, Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Hermit. So the Knight of Discs or Pentacles is all the knights have a goal, okay? And they're all action cards. They're all in the process of moving toward their goal. However, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. Sometimes he's like, this one's not even on a horse, it's on an ox. An ox moves slow. It is a slow animal, but it works hard. It's a hard working animal and it's pulling a lot of weight, okay? Which you might be doing a lot of old weight still, okay? Because you're like, I'm not sure if you're, have completely shed all your responsibilities exactly. You still could be stepping back there and doing some things, I'm thinking, either for the old house or the old employer or something. I feel like you still have a couple of toes back there is what that's my intuition feeling here. Anyway, you're moving on to something new, but you're doing this gradually, slowly, which is might be the reason that you're, having to balance your finances here for a while. You're also healing, right? Because you went through this struggle, this time of loneliness, feeling, I think, undervalued, and including by yourself. You didn't feel or know your own worth. And I think a lot of times we blame other people for that, but it's really our responsibility, our own worth. Okay. Anyway, you're starting to build the pieces back together. You're starting to find those missing pieces of the puzzle and put them in and find yourself essentially, is what I mean, and eventually. But you also have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is, it's a competitive card. It's feeling competition. It's feeling, and I was just feeling, I got to tell you, Capricorn, I was feeling an age thing just right there in the energy. For some of you, you might feel competitive in this new job, this new arena, this new field, or maybe your new business, because you're older, you're mature, and you feel, oh, there's all these new young people and they've got all the gadgets and they know how to do this and I don't. And you could feel frustrated. And that's why you need to go slower, because you've got to learn some stuff and you feel like they've got an edge over you, perhaps, or you have to work twice as hard to keep up with them. Okay. And you're kind of feeling competitive, or like you don't have everything that they have, possibly, to make all the best right moves, whatever. But I want to tell you that I think you are right where you should be. Okay. I think that you're going to learn this to be right on cue, right at the right time. You also could be doing some deep thinking about if you even want to do this. Do I want to get back into competitive fields again? Do I really want to compete with people? Do I want to work in this cutthroat work area? Do I want to, and so doing some real deep thinking about maybe how you want to do this. You might be rethinking this approach altogether and think, you know what? I don't really want to cut someone else's lawn to get business myself, or however the saying goes. I never say those darn things, right? But anyway, you know what I mean. I don't think you want to work like this. I honestly don't. I think you're a different person now. And so you're either thinking if you want to do this at all, because this might be just a test. You might try this for a bit and not sure if, I don't know if this is my thing, or you might think about a completely different approach of how you want to do it, how you want to sell, how you want to, um, because when I first started this tarot stuff, I was watching the other readers on there, and some of them just they got bowls and gems all over, and their nails are to die for. I'm telling you, the nails on some of them are amazing. And I thought, oh, geez, well, I better have a special frilly gypsy top, and I better have the special nails, and I better just look divine, divine. And I had a speech all in the background. Nobody could see. I had it all written out. So I said everything just right. But I was trying to be like them in their way. And I'm not them. I'm not. And soon I just couldn't keep up to this image of getting the nails ready beforehand and all this stuff that I never have out if I do a normal reading. It wasn't me. I was trying to keep up with the Joneses when I'm actually a Robinson. I'm not a Jones. And so this is what you need to do some real deep introspection on, Capricorn. You're not a Jones. I know that you like to keep a sharp image because I don't know if you've seen a Capricorn, but they usually look real sharp. Well, when they go out anyway, they like to look good. You know, they like to dress for success. Let's say, okay. So, you know, but I think in the way you did things all in the past was quite a bit, because that's how we all worked. Okay, well, this is the way they say we should do it, so we all did it that way. But now things are different. We're working with a different map, really, with a whole different. It's like we landed on a different planet, and we got to learn how they do things here. But we are still who we are. We got to figure out who we are in all this. Okay, I'll shut up. I can really go on and on. Isn't that interesting?
Mm.
Okay. So, in the outcome, no problem, Fiona. Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is when we're able to walk away. You know, I told you the tens are completion, and we're in that completion time right now where we need to shed this pain, this feel that worth again, right? Where we sit around and take bananas from people. You know, we sit around and take bananas from people for far too long, and we just keep getting hurt. And even after we've left them, we're still shoving knives in us, the last three knives. Oh, no wonder. And I'm no good, and I'm probably ugly, and you know, whatever you say to yourself that is these crappy messages, but it's the end of it. You've done some hard thinking, and you realize that you're a knight. You know, you're a knight, whether you're male or female. We're all champions. We're all heroes. And you need to be your own right now. So the first thing you can do is stand up and dust yourself off and try again. And if there's anybody that can do that, it's a Capricorn. Have you ever watched one of those movies? I know I say it in just about every Capricorn video, of the Capricorn climbing up that rock face. And it's like a cliff like this. And the Capricorn, the goat, the Capricorn climbing up the rock face, the goat. And it's like this. And somehow it makes it up to the side of this, to the top. And it's got to do it every single day because it has to come all the way down here for food, go all the way back up here before nightfall for safety so it doesn't get ate by the coyotes and whatever. There is hyenas and everything out there, right? So every single day, it does something that no other animal can do. Not one. Except, you know, a lizard or something. I don't even know if they can. But no one else. You have capabilities, qualities, talents that nobody else can do. And you have the drive. You know, you have the drive and the strength of the ox to do it. You just got to take your time. You know, take your time. You also are just bursting with energy, and you know you want it done yesterday, Capricorn, right? But you need to do things slowly because you're the kind that you'll trip over yourself if you go too quickly, if you go too much. But anyway, here you are, you're getting back up, you're dusting yourself off, and you're trying again. You're going to make a new start and going with the lessons that you've learned now. You've learned a lot of lessons from this past experience. Learned from, I think you've done some healing. Going slow has been good for you to do some healing. This also could be you right here, Capricorn, exactly, the Knight of Pentacles. You're coming into your own energy. And you're quite a genius when you take your time, because traditionally the Knight of Pentacles is the beekeeper, okay? And the beekeeper, it seems like a very menial, boring, unimportant task. But if without him, none of us would survive. None of us, but nobody pays attention to the beekeeper. Okay. So it's very important work that you're doing. Okay. And you have learned now to appreciate yourself. Anyway, King of Cups. So King of Cups, he's mastered all the lessons of the emotions. Okay. He he is able to give love. He sometimes has a hard time relaying his emotions to other people. He feels strongly, wears his heart on his sleeve, you know. Really falls for someone when he falls, or her. You could be male or female. There could be a water sign coming into your. This is after you've decided to stand up and start walking proud again. You're not exactly healed, but you're not laying down taking it anymore either. You're walking. You're standing up. You're um, taking steps forward. Okay, you're healing. You're on the road to healing. Okay. And I also think that you could be getting some sort of a message come in. Okay. I think there's a wind. There's one of the things I think that you're doing is you're starting to ask questions. Okay. You're requiring clarity before you take any steps forward. Okay. Especially when it's regarding the emotions, when it's regarding relationship. This could be regarding love specifically for you, partnerships, okay? Because I think that you could be a little bit weak in the love. Like, I think you're strong when it comes to getting things done and life planning and, taking care of everybody and responsibilities. But when it comes to the emotion, I don't think that's your forte, Capricorn. I'm going to tell you, okay? This is what I'm just feeling. And I think that you, when you start proceeding in this area, in love, relationships, even friendships, family, and stuff too, you're going to start wanting more clarity, asking questions, not making presumptions or assumptions. You also, because I kind of see the single sword as the sword of peace, extending it and wanting to move forward with peace. And sometimes that's apology, sometimes it's truth, sometimes it's just honesty, being honest and in a loving way, because we do have the King of Cups, right? This is in a loving way. Um, Also, I do have to tell you that the Page of Cups sometimes reveals something that is difficult to reveal, difficult to say. Like, I've got to tell someone, um, so could be something difficult to say, or they get a message that's difficult to hear. Okay. Now the thing is that you're ready to hear it because you're emotionally mature now, or you're ready to relay it as an emotionally mature person. Okay. And you're but relaying it and receiving it peacefully because you're at a healing time in your life. Also, I think you're past that that thing of competition, feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, and I've got to be as good as them, and I've got to work harder, or do 3 handstands and a triple sow cow to even anybody to look at me, and you don't. You know, you're pretty amazing. You're pretty amazing. Okay. So I just want to take a couple of cards. So I want to say that here, down this line here, you have a 10, the Knight of Disc, and another 10. So, and these are both at the beginning of each line, you know, and I can see where you're completing something. It's funny because you start healing before you start releasing, almost. You know what I mean? I think you start healing before you leave the situation you're in. So if you're in a toxic work environment, you start a course or some sort of healing, meditating, journaling. I don't know what to start, but it's before you leave. And then after you start a little bit of this working on yourself, then you're ready to leave. You're like, no, I'm not going to stay. I feel better. And I realize, I don't think so. Well, you do some deep thinking, right? You do some deep thinking. You're tired of fighting to stand out. You're tired of who can do triple sow cows all day.
I can't even do one.
I can't even do one.
Forget the triple.
I'm going to throw a back out if I try and do that. Wow. Look at that. Knight of Pentacles again. This is my favorite Knight of Pentacles of all the decks. Okay. Because I love this one. Oops. Oh, I got to get way up here. Okay. So look at how this horse is made of leaves. Okay. And it's not even fully complete, right? And that's why it has to move slow, because it's healing, it's weakened, right? It's in a weakened state. And it's moving slow, and it's also moving slow. If you notice, a lot of the Knight of Pentacles cards in all the decks, almost all of them are on bare terrain. There's no trees, no mountains, no nothing. And so it's just flat ground. So everything is from scratch. It's from scratch, and it's rebuilding slowly, moving toward the intended self, the fully completely, okay? You're also moving slow because, hi, Shelby. Welcome. Sounds about right, Nikki. Right on. You're also moving slowly because you feel a bit vulnerable at this point, and you're not sure where this particular path, which is new, is going to lead you. You're not sure if it's the right one. Like, I don't know. And it's kind of like going like, where am I going here? Ooh, what's up there? And that's okay to be like that. That's all right to be like that. Another reason you're vulnerable is because this is new to you. It's brand new. And you're used to doing things you're used to, where you feel accomplished, where, this old tennis disc. This is what you've been doing all along. I know this stuff. I know this stuff inside and out. But now you're doing something that's new, where you're kind of the new kid on the block, and it's like, oh, what's this old geezer going to teach us, because I feel like there's a maturity here within this energy, whether it's you that has the maturity. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. You could be an old soul, and you're 24. I don't know. But anyway, and and you have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is wanting to share our feelings. When we have this cup and we extend it, we're offering someone else to have a sip, some of our nourishment, extending. And I think you're getting ready to share again, to be able to speak kindly, lovingly, and maybe even hear it, receive kind, loving messages. I feel that there could have been a time that you couldn't hear them. You didn't believe them. You probably rolled your eyes, and And because I'm not sure if it was your ego that was hurt or what, we've all been pretty hurt over the past little while. But anyway, you're ready for a new beginning. And I think it's in communication is where it's starting for you, Capricorn. I think that, and we need to extend the olive branch sometimes. We need to reach out and say, geez, thank you for all that help. Maybe it's gratitude how we're going to start, because it's hard to just say, hey, you're amazing. When you're healing, you can't come out with the big one right away, the kaboom, the big fireworks. We're going to start with the what are they called, the sprinklers?
Sure.
Sparklers. Yeah, we're going to start with a sparkler. Okay, then we're going to work up to the big boom. Okay. And so this is what you're doing. You're practicing. Pages practice because they don't feel experienced. They don't feel like they're masters of this. And I'm going to tell you, I was with a Capricorn for 6 years. And the one thing he wasn't was verbally affectionate. He didn't say, it didn't mean he didn't love me and wasn't affectionate toward me. And I said, geez, you never say I look nice or you love me. And he goes, I changed your oil, didn't I? That's what he said. And he meant that it's not what I say, it's what I do. He said, I'm here every night, aren't I? And so he thought that in his actions, he was showing me that he loved me. And he was. But that's not my language of love. My language of love is verbal and physical. That's what I need to say. I can change my own oil, But thank you. You're not my dad. But I don't mean to be like that. I mean to be saying that I wonder if the communication was out back here with whatever relationship this was in, with your parents, with your lover, with your kids, with your coworkers. I'm not sure, but I feel like it was out, and so maybe what you were trying to do was show love, or what they were trying to do, because it doesn't have to be you necessarily, Capricorn. It can be the person that you're dealing with. And they weren't receiving it that way. They weren't hearing it that way. So you're learning this different way, and pages are practicing. We're practicing. Practice makes perfect. We're not all masters of everything. Okay. And especially after everything we've gone through, we've all been isolated away from each other. Okay. And now we're coming back together, and we need to learn how to be kind to each other, not suspect each other of everything, all that. It's all that building new energy, and it starts with love and kindness. I know it sounds tra-la-la, but it's true. It really is. You get a lot more with sugar than you do with vinegar, right? There's the age showing in me. You know who my favorite old person is? Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Of course.
Well, she knows who she is. You don't tell her. She tells you. She knows exactly who she is. And you know what? If you wait till the end of the episode, she's usually right. So I pulled out 3. You got 3 cards for your clarifiers from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Here's the 3 of Swords. It looks like you've been deceived, hurt, lied to in the past. You got, this stabbed you right in the heart. And, you're probably doing some healing. Isn't that interesting? You got some doubles here, eh, Capricorn? You have the 3 of Wands. So you're looking to a new beginning. You're ready to take action and take steps toward what you want in your life now. You're ready to take action. But there's something you're waiting for. There's something that's not quite in place yet. Like you're not able to move into your new place until January, or your job starts, in a couple of weeks, or maybe you haven't finished your commitment with where you are now. Like I said, I feel like you're taking steps in the new before you've taken your foot out of the past. Exactly. But anyway, your ships are coming in. The time to act is it's very soon here. It's very soon. And you're in for a change that's completely opposite of what you were feeling. You know, you were feeling like alone, devastated, hurt, and now look at you're looking out there. You're optimistic. What's out there for me now? I'm ready for something new. Wands are work, creativity, and passion. And I'm talking about passion, you know. So you're open to that again. In October, you're closing and you're ready to put this hurt away. And November, you're ready to open. You're ready for something new. However, that may be. And then you have the Queen of Wands. This is a gorgeous card. Like the kings and queens of other decks, she has mastered the art, the qualities of passion, creativity, and action. Okay, they're able to take an idea and manifest it, make it happen. These people just don't think about things, they don't dream about things, they do it. She's holding the most beautiful golden sunflower, but I don't know if you can see very closely. That's a beehive. That is a, what do they call it? The bee cone? The
Honeycomb.
bee, the honeycomb?
Oh, I would say a beehive.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
beehive. Okay. And this is for, I say the prince, which you got twice, of Pentacles, is originally, if you look on original decks, he's the beekeeper. Okay. And the beekeeper takes care of the bees, which pollinate our food, which keep us alive. You are going from the beekeeper, okay, to what can I make with all this honey? What can I do with all this honey? Who can I heal? What can I? It's like taking those lemons and making lemon pie, lemonade, lemon cars, like everything. Okay, you are. This is, and all the light that's coming out of that is all the potential. I'm going to tell you, all these seeds and all the out of every hive of every comb of every hive, that nurturing goes to somewhere, something, for the evolution, for the ripples to continue. Okay. This also could be a fire sign coming into your life. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person could inspire you to create. You could go into partnership together. Like, where's my other cards here? This could be the person that you realize you need to be kinder to that you want to work together, that you realize is incredibly magical, and contains the secret elixir of life right there. This person, if it is a fire sign or someone in that creative energy around you, they are probably an idea factory. They are always coming up with ideas, not just for themselves, but for you. Sometimes they can see bigger visions than you can for yourself, They don't just take an idea, they are following through with it. Anything they think that has potential, and they can see potential in a lot of things that other people can't. They're also very, very passionate. They're good. They're like very resourceful people. Their resources are endless. Okay. If they don't know how to do it, they know someone who does. All right. And finally is they're good at networking. Okay. So they what they do is they talk about their ideas to other people, which makes the idea grow now. It's like getting nutrients for your plant, and now your plant is going to thrive. It needed more information, more ingredients, more something, so you might go, there might be someone you go to that says, I'll bet you Harry knows how to do that, or knows someone who knows someone, because I feel like it's a person with answers is what I feel. It's a person with answers. Anyway, I think that there is going to be some growth in between you and this person, because it really looks like you and a fire sign, if you ask me, Capricorn. I think I think you're also going to be practicing, because the pages practice. They're not very good at speaking kind and nice. And my mom's not a Capricorn, but when I was a teenager, I'd go over to girlfriends' houses, and I noticed everybody was really, not at every house, but at some of the houses, that the families were just kind to each other, and they said kind things like, good for you, and way to go, and all this stuff. In my house, they said, how'd you get that? How'd you finagle that? It was all like the negative talk. So I said, how come we don't talk supportively to each other like that? And so I said, can we start saying I love you to each other? And they're like, oh, God, fine. And so we would say it every single time at first. We needed to practice because we never said it, ever, ever. Okay. So we had to do a lot of practicing. So we had to say, I love you. Okay. Hello. Hello. I love you. Goodbye. I love you. And, and so after a couple months, my mom says, do we have to say it every time? And I'm like, no, Mom, we don't. But I appreciated that she was willing to try something that felt really foreign to her. She wasn't used to. She didn't grow up with all this affection and attention. It's enough already, kind of thing. But I appreciated so much that she tried it for me, because she knew it was something I needed in my life. And she appreciated me for opening that up to our home, bringing that up in our home. So anyway, what I'm saying is, it took us practice to get used to this language of love, kindness, support, nourishing, anything. Anyway, yeah. So how long did I talk that time? Oh my God.
My turn. Fiona takes the wheel. Welcome to Oracle Cards. I'm like, woo. She had a lot to say. She had a lot to share. Source, she was like tuned in, folks. So the deck I'm using, Gateway of Light Activation by Kyle Gray. Next is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. And then I have an Angel Therapy deck. So first of all, before I even start this, I have some caps who are near and dear to my heart. And I can tell you, based on this, from what I've read, like from Lynn's reading, I can't talk now. Capricorns, we value you. I know you're not told this enough, but you are valued. And I know with the caps in my life, they work so hard. They are the best realists, not pessimists, realists and long-term planners. And they do it all with heart. So I love this. This is so beautiful.
That's practicing that beautiful talk. Thank you, Fiona.
So you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, caps.
Aww.
So
stop tapping the table.
I know, I keep tapping the table. Okay, here we go. Gateway of Light Activation. It's back again. Okay.
What are those ones?
These are Work Your Light.
Work Your Light.
And we're on to the angel healing. So the one thing I love about oracle card readings is that they're inspirational, they give direction, and it's the images. There's so much in an oracle card that you can just go with it. So I may give you one reading, one interpretation of things. But if you see something in the picture or if a phrase hops out to you, that's what's unique to you. That's your oracle reading there. So, oh, my dear Capricorns, you're very much in the same boat as Sages. This card, I love this one. Gaia Gateway Activation. Oh. Will you post? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's just asking a question. Oh, so Gaia Gateway Activation. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. So for the month of November, Caps, get outside. This is huge. And I know this is huge for Capricorns because Sagittarius and Capricorns are workaholics, are complete workaholics. And Capricorns sometimes to the detriment of their health. So this is a call out to get outside, tune into nature, and get connected. A lot of the healing is going to be out there, not inside, out there. The one person that's coming to mind is Thich Nhat Hanh, who passed away, I believe, last year. Buddhism. He did mindfulness meditation, walking meditation, going outside, and instead of just going out to walk your 2 kilometers or your 5,000 steps, you go outside and you walk slowly, which is very similar to what was
Knight
it?
of Pentacles.
Knight of Pentacles. Walking slowly, listening to the birds, breathing in the fresh air, feeling your full foot walk through a full step, feel the length of your stride, your body moving. That's where your answers are. That's where your healing begins. Gaia Gateway Activation. A little bit different from the Sag reading. This one, I feel like you need to just literally slow down as what's being tuned in on this one. The earth is ready to speak to you. Now, it's also followed by sacred inner space. And that's what brought me to Thich Nhat Hanh as well. Sacral chakra, so that's this area down here. Tenderness, sensuality. So you're stepping into your emotional intelligence. So whatever level you're at in your ability to communicate it, you're stepping into that space. Do it outside. If you need, it's rare, Capricorns crying or showing extremes in nature, because Capricorns are pretty level to the, how can I say this? If you're really close to a Capricorn, you will see their shifts. But if you're a friend with a Capricorn, you'll never really see their emotions change. It's kind of like a status quo with them. If you feel the need to emote, so cry, laugh, scream, Capricorns need to scream more. Just a side note, go outside. Go outside and feel nature. Get out there and breathe. Go into that sacred inner space. It's kind of like you're bringing that inner space out this month. So be prepared for emotional swings and take a walk. Walk it off. Next is followed by work your light. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So what does this mean to the average person? Past lives and blocks typically show up in our everyday life as these weird phobias. I don't know, for me, I have a fear of escalators. I have a fear of elevators. I have a fear of heights. I've never... Insects, all creepy crawlies. These are from some kind of past life soul contract energy. So moving into November, you're going to be addressing some of these like self-sabotage cycles and getting rid of them. If you resist, it will come out kicking and screaming. if you accept that you're ready to change, shift, and flow, it will flow with ease. When we're doing karmic work and karmic work is happening, sometimes the universe just says, ding, it's your time. The best way to go is through ease. So reading those mood swings, getting outside, those additional self-care moments will help with this, because it's time for you to get off the self-sabotage bus. It's time for you to get appreciated for the work that you're doing. It's time for you to actually put your dreams into action and, well, essentially painting that vision, because your greatness can no longer be hidden. You've got to stop hiding it, Caps. That's what this is saying. So you're going to have those fears and barriers that were keeping you back, which is from the past. They're going to have to be drawn away. The veil will be pulled. You need to allow it to happen. I don't see you, how can I say this? I wouldn't recommend going out and saying, I need to clear my soul contracts today. No, it's going to happen regardless. What you need to do is read the energy. So get outside into nature, spend some time. And we have cards down here about meditation. So there are things you can do, but you don't specifically wake up and think, November is the month I'm clearing my karma. No, you're gradually peeling things away by taking action with you moving forward with your future. The only way you can break these cycles is by you moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because when people come to me and they say, how do I break this cycle or how do I break this bond? I'm like, the quickest and the easiest way to break a bond is to do the opposite of whatever it's doing. So for example, if it's a vow of poverty, then you go out and you manifest wealth. If it's a vow of not being seen, go out and be seen. It's going to scare the tar out of you, but it's the way to break the karmic cycle. People think they have to do all this clearing work and energy work, which is bunk and baloney. I'm going to get in trouble from someone, sorry. People who do karmic work. But the only way to really shatter that soul contract and those patterns is by going out and doing the opposite of whatever it is. So you're being called to actually face your fears and get through it, because you're meant to already be on the other side. So that's unbound, breaking the bindings. And it's followed by take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So get out into nature, because as you're doing this great work in your life, you need to balance it out with taking care of yourself. Simple as that. I don't think I can.
I really heard that in your Unbound card, is doing something the opposite. So because they're working so hard and doing everything themselves, it's time to put your feet up, let other people do it, kind of thing. It's that opposite, eh?
Exactly. And it's followed by meditation. And when people see meditation, they think, oh my gosh, I can't sit and be quiet. No, I'm not talking about that kind of meditation. Walking, breathing, and essentially turning off the brain. So it could be washing dishes. It could be vacuuming. It could be playing with your card collections or stamp collections, or, throwing the ball around the park with one of your kids or something. It's something where you shut off your brain and you're being present. So that's all this meditation is coming into the moment and not worrying about the future, which Caps are famous for. And the last, we're moving into November, is you trusting. And people think, oh, she's going to talk about trusting the universe. Actually, I'm going to talk about you trusting yourself, trusting your own intuition, and trusting that you already have the skills and the gifts to do what you need to get done. Because you do. You're no longer going out and gathering anymore. You're not even really creating anymore. It's really about getting out and making it happen, and trust the process. What comes to mind is the story of the farmer who plants a seed. He doesn't sit around freaking out that the plant will grow. He trusts the process that it will grow. He just has to, or she has to, water it, nurture it, make sure it's sunlight, keep the buggies away, and just love it. So trust yourself, love yourself, and trust yourself in the process. That is your message for November, Caps. So there you are.
I just wanted to add too in the meditation that something that calms you, like mowing the lawn, calms me. I go and do it when I want to calm myself down. I put my headphones on and my music, and I'm just put, on the riding lawnmower. And I just love it. It makes me feel good. And it's something relaxing for me. Gardening is relaxing for some people. Some people washing dishes, not me.
Yep.
Is that you?
I totally can wash dishes. I will just, sometimes it's a fight in my house. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to wash dishes." I'm like, "No, I want to wash the dishes."
There's
No,
not
you
that
go do the
fight in
cat
my
litter.
house.
I want to wash dishes.
So yeah, I kind of thought because meditation isn't always,
No, say, it is.
Yeah. I just want to just reach up here, just make sure we've heard from everyone. Wow, you're spot on. Will you post these videos on your channel for later viewing? Yes, like as soon as I stop this video, it'll be available for viewing, and they'll also be on Facebook. And from Facebook, you could probably share them on your Facebook channel as well, eh?
Oh, I'll figure something out.
I'm not sure. And Fiona has her own YouTube channel as well, Fiona Waddell.
Yeah, Fiona
right?
Waddell for empaths.
Yeah. I will try. I will add that link. It's not there right away, but I will go back and edit to add her YouTube thing, so you can go check out Fiona as well. Because she, like I said, she complements and adds these the oracle and the angel cards and her channeling and everything. And those aren't quite my gifts. They're different, but they're equally as valuable, really valuable. So anyway, darlings, I hope this has helped you. Fiona and myself, along with other tea leaf readers, mediums, psychics, will be appearing at the Port Pery Healing Light Psychic Medium show. I'm always getting the name wrong, but it's this Sunday, Port Pery at the Latcham Center from 11 to 6. So if you're in the area, I'd love to see you. Like I said, there's a lot of different people there, including Fiona and myself. And if you can stop by, that'd be amazing. I've never been to Port Pery myself, so I'm kind of looking forward.
Nice.
Is it? Yes. Oh, well, I know it must be a water town because it's called Port something.
Lake Scugog.
Lake Scugog. Isn't that a name from a cartoon? I don't know. I think we were going to go there. Anyway, I think there's someone named Scugog in a cartoon, probably on TV. Anyhow, I'm really looking forward because I've never been there before, so kind of looking at that. Also, if you would like to get a hold of me or write to me, just to write to me. If you would like a reading or anything like that, you can go to tinkertarotreadings@gmail.com. The information is in the description box below. Also, there's information and links on how to reach Fiona. If you're interested, I want to recommend on Facebook, she has a 5-day Empath Empowerment Workshop Circle. And I just can't say enough about it. It really did me a lot of good. It was very valuable at a time when I needed that. I needed that refresh, because sometimes we burn out a little bit. We got to learn how to recharge and protect ourselves so that we can move forward, just like you were saying in the oracle cards for Capricorn. That might be a way for you to move on. Anyway, go to the description box below, click on the links, and you can find all that information if you're interested. Okay? I love you so much. Have a great day and a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, where's my mouse? I was going to grab my heart. I'm going to grab that heart and make things happen. All right. Bye, darlings. Take care. And thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Oh, hold on. We got one last.
Ronnie.
Renee. Oh, hi, Renee. Welcome. You caught just at the end. I'm so glad you said hello, and blessings to you too. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you in the next video if you're good.